Welcome back to 31 Nights of Horror. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about The Good Son from 1993.
If I let you go, you think you could fly?
Macaulay Culkin, The Good Son.
12-year-old Mark is still grieving his mom's death when he's sent to stay with his cousin Henry in Maine. At first, Henry seems like the perfect, well-mannered kid, but then the cracks start to show. Henry has a creepy obsession with death, and his pranks get darker, like tossing a dummy off a highway overpass and nearly killing his sister on thin ice. There's a trigger warning. He does shoot a dog off screen, but the weight is still felt regardless if you're an animal lover. Mark realizes his cousin is a full-blown psychopath, but every time he tries to warn the adults, Henry's charm makes him look like the crazy one. Things spiral when Henry targets his own mom, leading to a chilling showdown on a cliff. In the end, Henry's mother has to make the ultimate choice: save her son or save Mark. Equal parts family drama and psychological thriller, The Good Son proves sometimes the scariest monsters aren't under the bed. They're the ones smiling right next to you. I was 11 years old in 1993 when I saw The Good Son. At this point, seeing a film where a child is unalived on screen, be it or some evil child specifically, not just a child in general, but one where the mother has to make the decision to choose which person to save, especially if the child is not her own, was somewhat daunting to see the first time around. I think even now when I was rewatching the film, that scene still kind of holds some weight, but I mean, as I've gotten older, it seems kind of funny because it is Macaulay Culkin. And just to backtrack a second, Elijah Wood and Macaulay Culkin do a great job playing off each other. Elijah Wood does play the scared, innocent child trying to be the good son or the good child, so to speak. And then, of course, you have Macaulay Culkin being a total brat. At this point, he was past his Home Alone era and he was kind of set into this particular role, which was a little off-putting, I would imagine, for some people to see, because we're used to the cute Home Alone child, and then we see this cold child villain, and he really is cold. Like, he's really kind of just stone-faced when he's talking about death. He kind of has like a smirk on his face, which kind of adds to that whole creepy factor. All of the things that we see Macaulay Culkin do in this film that shows us he's an evil child, a psychopath. Like I said, he shoots an animal, but we only hear it. We hear the gun go off, and then we don't see the actual animal get hurt. But just the weight of that scene alone is pretty heavy. And then, of course, he's letting things fly onto a moving highway and causing a car pile up. And then, of course, he tries to kill his sister, which is played by his actual sister in this movie. Where he tries to drown her in the ice. And then the ending is kind of satisfying because you see Elijah Wood kind of like fighting for his life, begging to be saved. And you hear Macaulay Culkin just in a very cold, robotic way of, "Mom, I love you. Save me, please." Like, you could tell there's really no emotion. Like, he's just trying to, he's not even like fighting hard enough to save his own life. Until like he realizes as he's let go the consequences, because he screams like bloody murder. And then, of course, they do show a shot of him on the rocks at the very end of the movie. Now, I'm obviously giving spoilers and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, this has been years in the making. I think even seeing it, knowing what's going to happen, you're still not ready for it. So definitely check out The Good Son. It's really creepy type of film, not horror in the traditional horror sense, but more evil child psychological thriller. But it is streaming, I believe. Definitely check it out. If you haven't seen it, definitely do it. Let me know if you have seen it and what you think of that last ending scene. We'll see you next time on CineQuest Video. Thanks for watching.